I'm standing in Watertown, a nice, beautiful neighborhood, Laurel Street. But this is the neighborhood where, in the early morning hours on Friday, a shootout between the police, who were down there, and the Tsarnaev brothers, who were right there, allegedly took place. You can still see the remnants of one of the bomb blasts as havoc was wreaked on this street in the early morning hours, and neighbors watched, especially one particular neighbor in that house up there.
Cars were stopped right in front of that pole from here. So it was roughly 75, 80 yards from here.
Andrew Kitzenberg's normally tranquil suburban street erupted into a war zone. The 26-year-old had the presence of mind to start taking pictures with his iPhone and live tweeting the gun battle as the Tsarnaev brothers were allegedly pinned down by police. He walked us through what he experienced that night.
I could see the two shooters behind the SUV shooting on down Laurel Street. As soon as I saw the two shooters and saw that it was gunfire, I ran immediately up the stairs to my bedroom on the 3rd floor. And I immediately, when I got into the bedroom, jumped on my bed, on my stomach, trying to stay below the windows, but then I also got my camera right up against the windows and the glass, continuing to take photos of the shooters and what was happening right in front of my bedroom window.
Describe what you're seeing here.
So this was one of the first pictures I took, and it was the two shooters that were taking cover behind the black SUV and still engaging in gunfire and shooting down towards the Watertown officers.
Okay, so that's the green sedan is where they had bombs and pipe bombs and explosives.
Yeah, they were bringing out backpacks, so I assume that in those backpacks were additional ammunition and explosives.
And they were both firing?
They were both firing, yeah.
And did you see police on the street?
Yes, I could see all the way down Laurel Street and see the police vehicles at the end of the block there.
What's going through your mind when you're taking these pictures? Did you know that these were the brothers that were wanted?
Not initially. When I first heard the gunshots, I had seen the reports about the MIT shooting, and that something had happened there. And so when I saw gunfire, that's what I immediately thought. And I was live tweeting the event, and I was using those hashtags, MIT shooting. That's what I thought.
But you thought it was separate?
I just wasn't thinking marathon. I didn't make a separation. It didn't come into my mind until they started using explosives. And when they started using explosives, that's when I knew it was something much more significant and pretty much knew who I was looking at.
Were you worried for your life?
You know, at that moment, taking pictures, I was more so in just a state of shock, and I had a lot of adrenaline running through me, and his combination of shock and curiosity, and absolutely I was terrified, but I guess not enough to stop or to get away from the windows. After that larger explosion and there was a smoke cloud in the street, one of the brothers ran towards the officers.
The older brother.
And he was running down the street, still engaging in gunfire. Ran down the street. As he got closer to the officers, he was taken down. And as that happened, the second, the other brother got back into the SUV, turned it around, and then he started accelerating down the street.
4.5 days later, adrenaline is still running high on this street. After all, anything could have happened.
At what point did the bullet go through your roommate's wall and into his chair?
I don't know. I didn't hear it come in. I was still up in my room, so I did not see when it came in or didn't hear it. I took a picture kind of after the gunfire had stopped.
A bullet was fired from that direction where the police were, and it went through the 2nd floor here, through his calendar, through his desk chair, and landed on the ground, thankfully not hitting any person. And miraculously, no one on Laurel Street was hurt.